Welcome back to our channel, where we explore the most breathtaking corners of our incredible planet. I'm thrilled to have you join me today as we embark on an unforgettable journey through 10 of the world's most magnificent natural wonders, places so spectacular they'll leave you absolutely speechless. From the vibrant underwater kingdoms of Australia to the thundering waterfalls of Africa, from the mysterious salt flats of South America to the dancing lights of the Arctic sky, we are about to discover landscapes that have been millions of years in the making. These aren't just tourist destinations, they're living testimonies to the raw power and extraordinary beauty of Mother Nature herself. Each location we'll explore today tells a unique story of geological wonder, cultural heritage, and ecological significance that has captivated travelers, scientists, and indigenous peoples for generations. What we are going to uncover together goes beyond stunning photographs and travel brochures. We are diving deep into the heart of these natural masterpieces, understanding their geographical mysteries, exploring the rich cultures that call these places home, tracing the historical footsteps of those who came before us, and discovering the hidden gems that make each destination truly one of a kind. But here's a question I want you to ponder as we journey together. If you could only visit one natural wonder in your lifetime, which would ignite your soul the most, and why? Drop your answer in the comments below. I genuinely can't wait to hear your thoughts. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on our adventures. Check out the links in the description below to start planning your dream adventure. Now, let's get started on this incredible journey. Great Barrier Reef, Australia. The Great Barrier Reef isn't just a single structure, it's the world's largest coral reef system, stretching magnificently for approximately 1,400 miles along the northeastern coast of Australia in Queensland. This underwater kingdom begins about 30 miles offshore and extends outward into the Coral Sea, spanning an area of roughly 135,000 square miles. The reef sits positioned between 10 and 30 degrees south latitude, where warm tropical currents create the perfect conditions for coral growth. It's so vast and distinctive that it's visible from space, making it one of the few natural structures on Earth recognizable from orbit. The reef exists in varying water depths, from shallow lagoons just 6 feet deep to dramatic drop-offs exceeding 1,000 feet. This diverse topography creates hundreds of distinct reef communities, each with its own microclimate and ecosystem. The surrounding area includes the Coral Triangle, considered the epicenter of marine biodiversity on our planet. where nutrient-rich waters support an almost incomprehensible variety of life forms. For over 60,000 years, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples have maintained an intimate connection with the Great Barrier Reef. These indigenous communities possess sophisticated knowledge systems about the reef's seasonal patterns, fish behaviors, and sustainable harvesting practices, wisdom accumulated across countless generations. The reef has been central to their cultural identity, spirituality, and survival, featuring prominently in traditional stories and ceremonies that continue today. European contact began in the late 1600s, though the reef remained largely mysterious to outsiders until the 19th century. Modern scientific exploration accelerated in the 1800s, revealing the reef's incredible complexity and biological wealth. The first major conservation efforts emerged in the 1960s and 1970s as divers and scientists recognized the reef's vulnerability. In 1975, Australia formally established the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park, one of the world's first and most comprehensive marine protected areas, representing a pioneering commitment to ocean conservation. The outer reef wall stands as the most dramatic feature, where the continental shelf suddenly drops away from 100 feet to depths exceeding 1,000 feet. This wall creates a vertical garden of spectacular coral formations, mysterious caves, and crevices that harbor creatures adapted to semi-darkness. Advanced divers experience an almost otherworldly sensation descending this wall, encountering schools of groupers, reef sharks gliding through the blue, and massive plate corals that have lived for centuries. It's here that the reef's raw power and majesty become undeniably apparent. The reef supports over 1,500 species of fish, 400 varieties of hard coral, 130 types of sharks and rays, 6 species of sea turtles, and countless other organisms. This biodiversity creates an ecological powerhouse, a system so intricate and interdependent that removing even one species sends ripples throughout the entire structure. Every creature, from the smallest zooplankton to the largest tiger shark, plays an essential role in maintaining this underwater miracle. The experience of witnessing the reef firsthand creates visceral understanding impossible to gain from photographs. The sheer abundance of life, the riot of colors, the unexpected encounters, swimming here touches something primal in the human spirit. Many visitors describe spiritual experiences, moments of profound connection to nature that stay with them forever. You're not just snorkeling or diving, you're entering one of Earth's greatest temples to biological wonder. Visiting the Great Barrier Reef means choosing between numerous gateway cities. Cairns remains the most popular, offering reef tour departing daily to various sections. Port Douglas provides slightly less crowded options with excellent facilities. The Whitsunday Islands deliver stunning island experiences combined with reef access. Most tours take you to shallow coral gardens perfect for snorkelers or deeper diving sites for certified divers. Tours typically last 4 to 8 hours, with morning departures becoming increasingly popular. The Great Barrier Reef represents both Earth's incredible capacity for life and nature's fragility. Witnessing it personally transforms how you understand conservation. This isn't just a tourist destination, it's a pilgrimage to one of the most important ecosystems on our planet. Swimming here should humble and inspire you simultaneously. Grand Canyon, USA. The Grand Canyon stands as one of geology's greatest open books, a massive gorge carved through northern Arizona's high desert plateau by the mighty Colorado River. This natural wonder stretches for 277 miles, plunges deeper than 1 mile beneath the surrounding landscape at its deepest points, and spans up to 18 miles across at its widest sections. The canyon encompasses nearly 1.2 million acres of protected land within the Grand Canyon National Park, making it an area so vast that internal driving between viewpoints takes many hours. The geological story written in the canyon's layered walls spans nearly 2 billion years, nearly half of Earth's entire geological history. Each stratum represents a chapter. Ancient Precambrian rock at the bottom tells stories from before complex life existed, while higher layers record marine invasions, desert periods, and mountain-building events. The Colorado River continues its patient work, moving downstream at roughly 1 mile per year through the softer rock layers, constantly deepening and reshaping the canyon. The Grand Canyon's history intertwines intimately with Native American peoples. The Havasupai, Hualapai, Navajo, and other tribes have inhabited the canyon region for at least 1,200 years, developing sophisticated knowledge of its resources, water sources, and seasonal patterns. The canyon itself holds profound spiritual significance, appearing in creation stories and remaining central to cultural identity and ceremonies. Traditional practices of hunting, gathering, and agriculture continue, maintaining connections to ancestral lands. Spanish explorers arrived in the 16th century, followed eventually by American trappers and explorers. John Wesley Powell's legendary expedition down the Colorado River in 1869 captured public imagination, drawing national attention to the canyon's magnificence. Recognition grew throughout the late 1800s, leading to the area's protection as a forest reserve in 1893, later becoming Grand Canyon National Park in 1919. Modern tourism development transformed access, with the first railway arriving in 1901, opening the canyon to mass visitation. The South Rim hosts nearly 90% of Grand Canyon visitors, offering the most accessible and varied experiences. Mather Point provides dramatic first views that often leave visitors speechless, while Yavapai Point features an exceptional geological museum explaining the canyon's formation. Hopi Point captures sunset light that paints the canyon walls in shifting palettes of reds, purples, and golds. Village trails connect historic buildings dating to the 1920s and 1930s, offering glimpses into early tourism. The Rim Trail provides gentle walking between viewpoints, allowing leisurely appreciation of the ever-changing perspectives. Standing at the rim, your mind struggles to process the scale. The canyon extends before you in a seemingly infinite display of depths, distances, and colors that photographs simply cannot capture. Layers of rock descend like a cosmic staircase, each tier representing millions of years compressed into stone. The Colorado River, despite being one of North America's most significant water sources, appears from above as merely a thin brown ribbon threading through the abyss, a humbling reminder of the canyon's immense proportions. The canyon's beauty shifts dramatically with changing light. Morning light bathes the eastern walls in soft gold and purple shadows, creating an almost dreamlike quality. Midday sun brightens all colors, revealing intricate details of rock formations and vegetation clinging to impossible slopes. Sunset light transforms everything into shades of fire-deep reds, oranges, and purples that seem to glow from within the rock itself. Many visitors return to the same viewpoint multiple times, experiencing a different canyon with each visit. The South Rim remains open year-round, though seasons dramatically alter the experience. Spring and fall provide mild temperatures and clear skies. Summer brings crowds and afternoon thunderstorms, but longer daylight hours. Winter transforms the rim into a snow-covered wonderland, with fewer visitors and a serene quality. Hiking options range from gentle rim walks suitable for anyone to strenuous backcountry trails descending into the canyon itself, some reaching the Colorado River, a journey of 10-12 miles and 4,000 vertical feet each way. The Grand Canyon teaches humility. Its scale, age, and geological complexity remind us how young and small human civilization truly is. Visiting should inspire wonder about geological processes, respect for the indigenous peoples whose ancestors shaped cultural practices within these lands, and commitment to protecting such irreplaceable natural treasures for future generations. Salar de Uyuni, Bolivia. The Salar de Uyuni stretches across the Andean Plateau in southwestern Bolivia as the world's largest salt flat, covering approximately 4,086 square miles of blindingly white expanse. Located at an altitude of nearly 12,500 feet above sea level in the Potosi and Oruro departments, it represents the largest remaining deposit of lithium on Earth. The salt flat formed approximately 40,000 years ago when prehistoric lakes evaporated, leaving behind a crystalline bed averaging 328 feet thick. The surrounding landscape includes the Atacama Desert to the west, active volcanoes, including the striking Oleg along the Chilean border, and numerous lagoons in varying shades, some deep turquoise, others blood red from mineral content and algae. The region represents one of the planet's most extreme and otherworldly environments, with temperature fluctuations exceeding 50 degrees Fahrenheit between day and night, oxygen levels 30% lower than sea level, and virtually no cloud cover most days. The Andes have hosted human populations for at least 12,000 years, with evidence of sophisticated civilizations, including the Tiwanaku culture and later the Inca Empire. The Salt Flat held economic and spiritual significance for indigenous peoples long before Spanish conquest. Pre-Columbian trade routes crossed this region, with salt functioning as a valuable commodity. The Aymara and Quechua peoples have maintained presence here for centuries, though the harsh conditions limit permanent settlement. Spanish conquistadors arrived seeking precious metals and other resources, completely transforming the region through colonization and exploitation. The salt itself remained relatively unexploited until modern times, with serious extraction beginning in the 20th century. Tourism emerged as a significant industry only in the 1990s, following infrastructure development and improved access. Today, the Salar has become Bolivia's most visited tourist destination, attracting thousands of international travelers annually who come to experience its otherworldly beauty. During the rainy season, December through March, a thin layer of water covers the salt flat, creating the planet's most extensive natural mirror. The sky reflects perfectly on the water's surface, creating an optical illusion where Earth and sky become indistinguishable. The horizon vanishes completely, and photographers position themselves within this reflected landscape, creating surreal images of people suspended between two identical skis. This phenomenon lasts only weeks each year, making seasonal timing critical for visitors seeking this specific experience. The salt flat's extreme environment creates an otherworldly atmosphere unlike anywhere else on Earth. The crystalline white surface beneath your feet came from mineral-rich waters that evaporated over millennia. Walking across it, you realize you're traversing one of the planet's most inhospitable environments, and yet life persists. The surrounding lagoons support hardy algae and microorganisms, including those that create the deep red and pink colors in certain lakes. Flamingos impossibly survive here, filtering these extreme waters for sustenance and gathering in vast flocks that paint living color across the monochromatic landscape. The Salar offers multiple distinct experiences. The salt flat itself provides the primary attraction, with organized tour departing from the town of Uyuni. The island of cacti in Kahuasi emerges from the salt surface, covered in ancient giant cacti that tower 30 feet above the landscape. The colorful lagoons, Laguna Colorado and Laguna Verde, showcase Bolivia's geological drama, with mineral-rich waters creating impossible hues. The Eduardo Avaroa Andean Fauna National Reserve protects the surrounding ecosystem and provides additional attractions, including geysers and hot springs. Visiting requires specific preparation. The extreme altitude, 12,500 feet, affects many visitors, causing altitude sickness. Visitors should spend time acclimatizing in La Paz or other high-altitude towns first. The harsh environment demands proper clothing. The intense sun at high altitude burns quickly, while nights drop below freezing even during warm seasons. Most trips last 3 days and 2 nights, with accommodations ranging from basic salt hotels, actually constructed from salt blocks, to more conventional facilities. Jeep tour form the standard transport method, and most tour include stops at lagoons, flamingo colonies, and the Cactus Island. The Salar de Uyuni teaches perspective. Standing in this vast emptiness, surrounded only by white salt and blue sky, human concerns shrink to insignificance. The landscape's extreme beauty demands respect and humility. Visiting requires preparation and sacrifice. Few places test your physical and mental resilience as thoroughly. Yet the experience transforms visitors profoundly, offering moments of clarity and peace impossible to access in the modern world's chaos. Galapagos Islands, Ecuador. The Galapagos Islands rise from the Pacific Ocean approximately 600 miles west of Ecuador's coast, comprising a volcanic archipelago of 13 major islands, 6 medium-sized islands, and numerous smaller islets and rock formations. Located directly on the equator, the islands straddle both hemispheres, spanning an area of roughly 3,000 square miles. The islands originated from a volcanic hotspot, creating landscapes dominated by black lava formations, volcanic cones, and at higher elevations, surprising microclimates with vegetation that seems impossible at equatorial latitudes. The Galapagos sit at the confluence of multiple ocean currents, including the cold Antarctic-derived Humboldt Current and warm tropical currents. This collision of water masses creates unique marine environments and weather patterns. The archipelago experiences a warm season, December through May, and a cooler, drier season, June through November. Rainfall and ocean temperatures vary dramatically between these seasons, creating dynamic ecosystems adapted to environmental extremes. The Galapagos remained unknown to humans until Spanish explorers discovered them in the 16th century, naming them after the giant Galapagos tortoises found there. For centuries, the islands served as refuges for pirates and privateers, and later, whaling vessels hunting sperm whales and sea lions. The islands remained largely isolated and undeveloped until the 20th century. Charles Darwin's visit aboard the HMS Beagle in 1835 proved momentous. His observations of variation among finch species and other organisms directly inspired his theory of evolution through natural selection, fundamentally reshaping human understanding of life's origins. Ecuador claimed the islands in 1832 and began colonization efforts, initially using the islands as a penal colony. The first permanent settlement established in 1807, with populations fluctuating throughout the 1800s. In 1978, the islands received UNESCO World Heritage Site designation, recognizing their unique scientific value. Ecuador established the Galapagos National Park in 1959, with marine protection following in 1986. Today, Ecuador maintains strict regulations on visitor access and island development, attempting to balance scientific research, limited tourism, and conservation. Few places on Earth showcase evolution's creativity as vividly as the Galapagos Islands. The moment you arrive, you notice something profoundly different. The animals don't flee from humans. Giant tortoises lumber across volcanic rock with prehistoric indifference. Marine iguanas, unique reptiles found nowhere else, bask on black lava, resembling remnants from Earth's distant past. Boobies perform elaborate courtship dances with feet painted improbable blue or red. Seals dive from basalt cliffs into turquoise water. Penguins exist at the equator, hunting fish in waters made temperate by currents. Every corner reveals species encountered only in those archipelagos' waters. Visiting the Galapagos requires patience and planning. Ecuador strictly limits visitor numbers, with permits required for all visits. Most travelers join cruise expeditions lasting for 10 days, with vessels departing from Ecuador's coast or sometimes starting with tour focused on particular islands. Naturalist guides provide essential context, explaining ecological relationships, island histories, and evolutionary concepts. Swimming with sea turtles, snorkeling in clear equatorial waters teeming with tropical fish and rays, and hiking volcanic landscapes constitute typical daily activities. The islands offer various distinct experiences. The Western Islands provide the most active geology with ongoing volcanic processes visible. Isabela Island's distinctive seahorse shape results from multiple volcanic cones. Española Island hosts flightless cormorants and marine iguanas found nowhere else. Santa Cruz Island, hosting the largest human settlement, provides infrastructure and access to the famous Charles Darwin Research Station. Genovesa Island offers ornithological wonders. Multiple islands mean cruise itineraries emphasize different aspects, so research specific routes before booking. The Galapagos reveals nature's creative potential, observing species found nowhere else, understanding how isolation shaped radically different evolutionary paths, and witnessing animals behaving without human-based fear, all combine to transform perspective. This archipelago should inspire wonder about evolution, deep time, and nature's intricacy. It should also catalyze commitment to conservation. These unique organisms and ecosystems must be protected for all future generations to experience and study. H-1E1 Long Bay, Vietnam. H-1E1 Long Bay sprawls across northeastern Vietnam's Q-1E3 Ng Ninh province, stretching approximately 870 square miles of the Gulf of Tonkin. The bay encompasses roughly 1,600 limestone islands and islets, ranging from massive formations to tiny pinnacles barely emerging above the water. The dramatic karst topography, steep limestone cliffs rising directly from the sea, creates one of the world's most visually distinctive seascapes. Located within 100 miles of Vietnam's capital, the bay sits in Vietnam's Red River Delta region, influenced by tropical monsoon weather patterns. The limestone formations composing the islands originated from marine organisms and sediments deposited in ancient seas during the Paleozoic era, roughly 300–400 million years ago. Subsequent tectonic activity uplifted these deposits, and millions of years of water erosion carved the intricate formations visible today. The bay's geology continues evolving, with ongoing limestone weathering creating new caves, sinkholes, and formations. The surrounding waters support significant biodiversity, including numerous fish species, crustaceans, and marine mammals. Vietnamese civilization flourished in the Red River Delta for thousands of years, with archaeological evidence suggesting human habitation dating back 12,000 years or more. Uoni Long Bay held strategic importance throughout Vietnamese history, featuring in legends and serving as a natural defense against maritime invaders. The name Uoni Long translates to descending dragon, derived from the legend that a dragon descended into the sea, creating the islands. This mythical story intertwines the bay's identity with Vietnamese cultural heritage and spiritual traditions. The Bay Area hosted centuries of fishing communities living in floating villages, developing distinctive water-based cultures adapted to maritime life. French colonial influence arrived in the late 1800s, introducing Europeans to the bay's beauty. Tourism development accelerated dramatically during the 1990s, following Vietnam's economic liberalization and international opening. UNESCO recognized Uoni Long Bay as a World Heritage Site in 1994, affirming its global significance. Today, the bay ranks among Vietnam's most visited attractions, with millions of tourists arriving annually aboard cruise ships and tour boats. Sung Sot Cave, Cave of Surprises, stands as one of Uoni Long Bay's most spectacular caverns, accessible via wooden staircase from a beach below. Two chambers, one above sea level, one below, contain towering stalactites and stalagmites in remarkable states of preservation. The outer chamber soars 200 feet high, spacious enough to accommodate a cathedral. The inner chamber remains partially unexplored, with passages extending deeper into the limestone. Standing inside these chambers, gazing at formations sculpted over millennia by dripping water, creates an almost spiritual experience of nature's patient artistry. The bay's beauty emerges most vividly during sunrise and sunset, when changing light paints the limestone cliffs in shifting shades of purple, gold, and rose. The morning mist rising from the water adds mystery and ethereal quality. During daytime, the intense greens of vegetation contrasted against grey limestone create high visual drama. The tropical climate means different seasons offer distinct experiences. Summer brings heat and occasional monsoon rains, while winter offers cooler, clearer skies. Exploring H-1E-A1 Long Bay takes multiple forms, each offering different experiences. Multi-day cruise ships provide comfortable accommodations with full meals and entertainment, targeting larger tourist audiences. Smaller traditional junk boats with traditional Chinese-style sails create more intimate experiences and access narrower areas. Kayaking from main islands allows paddlers to navigate into smaller lagoons and caves, offering personal exploration and closer contact with the environment. Floating villages provide insights into traditional Vietnamese maritime cultures, though increasing tourism has changed these communities significantly from their pre-tourism forms. Visiting during shoulder seasons, April, May, or September, October, provides better conditions than peak summer, July, August, or sometimes foggy winter months. Cruise durations range from one-day trips from nearby H-1E-A3 Ifong to multi-day excursions. Budget options exist, though quality and comfort vary considerably. Research cruise operators carefully, prioritizing those demonstrating environmental responsibility and fair labor practices for crew. H-1E-A1 Long Bay demonstrates how geological processes sculpt Earth's surface over immense timescales. The limestone formations took millions of years to create, yet human tourism development has accelerated in just decades. This juxtaposition should prompt reflection on human impact and our responsibility as stewards of natural places. The bay's beauty isn't separate from Vietnam's cultural heritage. It intertwines with centuries of Vietnamese history, spirituality, and identity. Visitors should approach with respect for both the environment and the Vietnamese communities whose ancestors shaped the region. Victoria FALLS, Zambia and Zimbabwe. Victoria Falls, known locally as Mosio Atunya, the smoke that thunders, straddles the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe on the Zambezi River in south-central Africa. The falls plunge approximately 355 feet, 108 meters, into a narrow gorge, making them among the world's largest and most powerful waterfalls. The width varies seasonally, but averages roughly 5,600 feet across, with the entire volume of the Zambezi River, one of Africa's greatest water systems, cascading over the precipice. The falls exist where the Zambezi River encounters a narrow chasm carved through basalt rock, creating the dramatic drop. The geological formation resulted from millions of years of erosion along fault lines in the ancient basalt. 8 distinct gorges line up downstream from the current falls, representing previous waterfall locations, evidence of the fall's slow upstream migration as erosion continues. The area experiences a tropical climate with distinct wet and dry seasons, dramatically affecting water volume and visibility. The Kololo and other indigenous African peoples inhabited this region for centuries, developing deep knowledge of the falls and surrounding ecosystems. Traditional hunting, fishing, and trade routes connected regional communities. The falls held spiritual significance, appearing in cultural stories and spiritual practices. European explorers, particularly David Livingstone, brought Western attention to the falls when he traveled there in 1855, naming them after Queen Victoria. Livingstone's reports sparked European interest in African exploration and colonial expansion. The colonial era dramatically transformed the region. Britain established colonial rule over present-day Zimbabwe, then southern Rhodesia, and northern Rhodesia, now Zambia. The falls became a tourist attraction in the late 1800s, with pioneering adventurers bringing wealthy visitors. Infrastructure development, including railroads, accelerated in the early 1900s. Zimbabwe and Zambia achieved independence in 1964 and 1980, respectively, though political instability and economic challenges periodically affected the region. Today, Victoria Falls ranks among Africa's premier tourist destinations, attracting hundreds of thousands of visitors annually despite political and economic complexities. During low water season, September-December, brave swimmers can access the Devil's Pool, located at the fall's very edge, where a natural rock formation creates a basin just before the plunge. Swimmers literally sit at the precipice with their legs dangling over the 355-foot drop while water rushes past. The experience combines exhilaration, danger, and surrealism, the Zambezi River flowing beneath you while spray mists the air. This activity generates considerable debate, with adventure seekers considering it the ultimate thrill and safety advocates questioning its wisdom. Successful swimmers emerge with unforgettable stories and profound adrenaline rushes. The falls create multiple distinct experiences depending on season, location, and perspective. The Zambia side offers dramatic close-up views from the gorge below, where the mist drenches visitors and the sound overwhelms. The Zimbabwe side provides broader vistas and numerous viewpoints along the rim, allowing varied perspectives and photography opportunities. Helicopter tour provide aerial perspectives showing the fall's full scale and the gorge system extending downstream. Whitewater rafting below the falls provides thrilling engagement, with the Zambesis churning rapids and power. Visiting timing dramatically affects the experience. The rainy season, November-March, brings maximum water volume, with tremendous power and mist creating the smoke that thunder's effect. The dry season, September-October, reveals geological details and allows activities like Devil's Pool swimming. Mid-seasons, April-May, August-September, offer balances between water volume and clarity. Most visitors stay 2-3 days, allowing time for multiple viewpoints and various activities. Accommodation ranges from budget backpacker hostels to luxury 5-star lodges, with options in Livingstone, Zambia, and Victoria Falls Town, Zimbabwe, providing easy access. Victoria Falls represents nature's raw power manifested as beauty. Witnessing water and geology in such dramatic interaction reminds us that Earth operates on timescales and scales beyond human comprehension. The falls also represent African heritage and the complex history of colonialism and its lasting impacts. Visitors should approach with respect for both the environmental magnificence and the region's complicated human history. The fall's power should humble and inspire, catalyzing deeper appreciation for natural forces that shaped our world. Zhangjiajie National Forest Park, China. Zhangjiajie National Forest Park covers approximately 145 square miles of mountainous terrain in northwestern Hunan Province, China. The landscape features thousands of towering sandstone and quartzite pillars, some exceeding 3,000 feet in height, arranged in a seemingly chaotic but visually stunning formation. These formations rise abruptly from lower valleys and plateaus, creating a forest of stone unlike anywhere else on Earth. The park sits at elevation ranging from about 2,000 feet in valleys to over 5,000 feet at the highest peaks. The geological formations resulted from ancient Cambrian seas that deposited thick layers of sandstone and shale. Subsequent tectonic uplift and millions of years of erosion by wind and water carved the characteristic tall, narrow pillars. The rock formations belong to a geological classification called quartz sandstone peak forest, with China containing numerous such formations. though Zhangjiajie remains the most extensive and visually dramatic. The humid subtropical climate supports temperate forests adapted to steep terrain, creating biological diversity alongside geological wonder. The Zhangjiajie region has hosted human settlements for millennia, with evidence of occupation dating back thousands of years. Local Tujia and Miao peoples developed cultures adapted to the rugged mountain terrain, maintaining traditional practices and distinct cultural identities. Buddhism arrived in the region centuries ago, with monks establishing monasteries and temples in remote mountain locations. The area remained relatively isolated from broader Chinese society until modern times, with challenging terrain limiting development and external contact. In the early 1980s, Chinese authorities recognized the region's potential as a tourist destination and established it as a forest park. Tourism development accelerated dramatically during the 1990s and 2000s, with infrastructure including roads, cable cars, and hotels expanding rapidly. The 2009 Avatar film, shot using Zhangjiajie as inspiration for Pandora's landscape, intensified international interest. Chinese and international tourists now visit in massive numbers. UNESCO designated the park as a World Heritage Site in 1992, recognizing its geological and biological significance. Today, Zhangjiajie represents one of China's top tourism destinations. The Tianmen Mountain Cableway ranks among the world's longest cable car systems, stretching 7,455 meters, 24,461 feet, from base to summit. The ride takes approximately 8 minutes, but feels far longer as the cable car rises above the forest of pillars, eventually reaching altitudes exceeding 4,500 feet. From the summit, visitors access Tianmen Mountain's attractions, including Tianmen Cave, a massive natural opening 131 feet high, and viewing platforms offering panoramic vistas. The cable car experience itself, ascending above a misty forest of stone pillars, creates an otherworldly sensation of rising above fantasy made real. Stone pillars tower around you, often disappearing into mist that hovers perpetually among the peaks. Many formations rise so high that clouds settle halfway up their slopes. The valleys between pillars create mysterious shadows and hidden grottos. Vegetation clings to impossible angles, moss-covered trees growing horizontally from vertical cliff faces, vines dangling from heights, ferns thriving in perpetual dampness. The effect feels magical, prehistoric, and distinctly alien to visitors from anywhere else. Visiting Zhangjiajie requires choosing between several distinct areas. The main national forest park encompasses the iconic pillar formations with various hiking trails and the Grand Canyonway glass walkway. Tianmen Mountain provides cable car access and distinct vistas from higher elevation. Beifeng Lake offers water-based experiences and reflections of surrounding pillars. Tujia Village provides cultural experiences showcasing regional traditions and minority cultures. Most visitors spend 2–4 days exploring multiple areas, though day trips from nearby Zhangjiajie city remain common. Zhangjiajie challenges your understanding of what mountains can be. Instead of the rounded or jagged formations common elsewhere, these vertical stone pillars seem to violate expectations of how landscapes should look. This strangeness creates openness in visitors' minds. Confronting landscape that doesn't match preconceptions, you release fixed ideas about how nature must appear. The experience connects to the region's cultural heritage, where Tujia and Miao peoples adapted to this challenging terrain, developing unique cultural identities. Visiting should inspire appreciation for nature's diversity and respect for communities maintaining traditions in unique environments. The Northern Lights, Aurora Borealis. The Northern Lights occur in a broad oval zone centered approximately 60 to 65 degrees north latitude, an area scientists call the auroral oval. This phenomenon appears most frequently and intensely near Earth's magnetic poles, with prime viewing locations including Alaska, northern Canada, Greenland, Scandinavia, and northern Russia. The aurora occurs in the mesosphere, roughly 6,200 miles above Earth's surface, where the atmosphere is extremely thin. The lights typically intensify during periods of high solar activity and can be viewed most clearly during winter months, when darkness persists for extended periods. The Northern Lights result from complex interactions between the Sun, Earth's magnetosphere, and upper atmosphere. The Sun constantly emits a stream of charged particles called solar wind. When solar activity intensifies, particularly during coronal mass ejections, this particle stream intensifies. Earth's magnetic field channels these particles toward the poles, where they collide with oxygen and nitrogen molecules, exciting these atoms to emit light. Different altitudes and molecular interactions create varying colors. Oxygen typically produces green, most common, or red hues, while nitrogen generates blue or purple light. The result is nature's most ethereal light show. Indigenous peoples of polar and near-polar regions observed auroras for thousands of years, incorporating them into spiritual beliefs and cultural traditions. Inuit, Sami, and other Arctic communities developed explanations for the light spanning spiritual, mythological, and eventually naturalistic frameworks. Various cultures created stories, some viewing the lights as ancestral spirits, others as divine messages or warnings. Traditional knowledge provided sophisticated understanding of auroral patterns, and their relationships to weather and seasonal changes long before Western science investigated the phenomenon. Scientific understanding developed gradually. Ancient Greek and Roman scholars documented auroras without understanding mechanisms. Aurora studies accelerated during the 1800s as scientists developed theories and conducted observations. The development of geomagnetic monitoring networks in the late 1800s and 1900s allowed detailed tracking of aurora correlations with solar activity. Space-age observations and satellite data revolutionized understanding, revealing the complete solar wind-magnetosphere-atmosphere interaction. Today, space weather prediction helps forecast aurora activity, allowing travelers to chase the lights with increasing success. Tromsø, located 350 kilometers north of the Arctic Circle, provides exceptional northern lights viewing combined with Arctic wilderness and modern amenities. The combination of reliable aurora activity, visible on approximately 200 nights yearly, accessible infrastructure, and surrounding landscape creates an ideal aurora destination. Modern glass igloos allow viewing from bed under warm blankets. Traditional activities, including dog sledding, snowmobiling, and ice fishing, complement aurora chasing. The Sami indigenous people's cultural presence adds spiritual and historical dimension to the experience. Tromsø balances accessibility with authentic Arctic experience, making it perhaps the world's premier northern lights destination. Popular northern lights destinations include Fairbanks, Alaska, Yellowknife, Canada, Tromsø and Abisko, Sweden, Reykjavik, Iceland, and Russian locations near Murmansk. Each offers distinct combinations of amenities, activities, and reliability. Accommodation options range from basic hostels to luxury glass igloos that allow aurora viewing from bed. Most visitors spend 4-7 days, allowing multiple nights of potential viewing. Professional tour operators increase sighting probability through location selection and timing optimization based on forecasts. The Northern Lights remind us that Earth exists dynamically within a larger cosmos. The aurora's visibility proves that our planet constantly experiences processes of stunning magnitude. Witnessing this phenomenon often catalyzes philosophical reflection about perspective, time, and our place within the universe. The aurora connects you to Arctic indigenous peoples who have witnessed these lights for countless generations, their spiritual interpretations representing alternative ways of understanding celestial phenomena. Experiencing the Northern Lights should humble you, inspire awe, and connect you to our larger planetary and cosmic reality. The Amazon rainforest and river, South America. Amazon rainforest encompasses approximately 5.5 million square kilometers spanning 9 countries, with approximately 60% located in Brazil. The Amazon River, the world's largest river by volume, flows approximately 4,000 miles from Andean sources through the forest to the Atlantic Ocean. The forest represents the planet's largest tropical rainforest, containing estimated 390 billion individual trees, representing roughly 16,000 species. The region receives tremendous rainfall, with annual precipitation exceeding 80 inches in most areas, sometimes reaching 400 inches in the wettest zones. The forest's biodiversity is staggering. Approximately 10% of all species on Earth inhabit the Amazon, including 1,300 bird species, 3,000 fish species, 430 mammal species, and millions of insect species. The ecosystem displays immense vertical stratification, with canopy layers 160 feet above ground, creating distinct ecological zones. The river system creates additional diversity, with Varzea seasonally flooded and terra firma upland forest types supporting different communities. The region generates its own climate through transpiration, with atmospheric moisture produced by the forest sustaining rainfall that falls on the forest, a self-reinforcing system. The Amazon hosted human populations for at least 11,000 years, with evidence suggesting populations possibly exceeding 10 million indigenous people at the time of European contact. Hundreds of distinct indigenous nations developed sophisticated societies, agricultural practices, and ecological knowledge. These communities shaped the forest itself through selective cultivation and management practices, suggesting that much pristine Amazon represents cultural landscapes rather than untouched wilderness. European arrival brought catastrophic disease, violent conquest, and colonization. Colonial exploitation focused on extracting rubber, valuable hardwoods, and other resources. Modern Brazil claimed the Amazon region as independent nation-state. The 20th century witnessed accelerating deforestation through cattle ranching, logging, and agricultural expansion. The Trans-Amazonian Highway, completed in the 1970s, opened vast forest areas to development. Environmental awareness grew during the late 1980s and 1990s, following advocacy by activists including murdered rubber tapper Chico Mendes. Today, the Amazon faces intense pressures from deforestation, with multiple countries and international organizations attempting to balance development with conservation. Indigenous territories represent the most effective barriers to deforestation, with communities maintaining forest better than protected areas managed by governments. Where the Rio Negro and Amazon River meet near Manaus, the waters don't immediately mix. The rivers maintain distinct colors. The Amazon's water appears muddy brown from sediment, while the Rio Negro appears dark tea-colored from organic compounds. For several miles, these rivers flow parallel, their contrasting waters creating a visible boundary. This phenomenon occurs because the rivers have different temperatures, densities, and velocities. Entering the Amazon creates sensory overload. The sound arrives first, not silence, but a constant background chorus of insect calls, bird songs, and animal vocalizations, creating a living symphony. As you penetrate deeper into the forest, the air thickens, humidity seeming to have physical weight. Sunlight barely penetrates the dense canopy overhead. Only scattered shafts of light reach the forest floor, creating a perpetual twilight atmosphere. The smell, rich, complex, organic, encompasses decay, growth, moisture, and life all simultaneously. The visual experience challenges human perception with such abundance that the eye struggles to resolve individual trees or animals amid the overwhelming density of vegetation. The Amazon represents evolution and ecology on a scale difficult to comprehend. The forest's complexity demonstrates nature's creative potential and interdependence among species. The region's indigenous peoples represent accumulated ecological knowledge spanning thousands of years, understanding the forest with sophistication that modern science is only beginning to appreciate. The Amazon's current crisis, facing rapid deforestation, demands awareness and commitment to its protection. Visiting supports conservation through ecotourism economics, but tourism sustainability depends on preserving forests rather than degrading them through excessive visitation. Experiencing the Amazon should inspire both wonder and commitment to protecting this irreplaceable ecosystem upon which human civilization depends. Serengeti National Park, Tanzania. The Serengeti encompasses approximately 14,750 square kilometers of savanna and grassland in northwestern Tanzania, extending into Kenya's Masai Mara National Reserve. The landscape features wide-open plains dotted with acacia trees, rocky outcrops called koppies, scattered wetlands, and riverine forests. Elevation ranges from approximately 3,000 to 6,000 feet, with relatively flat topography dominating most of the park. The region experiences distinct wet and dry seasons, with annual rainfall averaging 46 inches depending on specific location. Volcanic soils provide exceptional fertility, supporting rich grass growth that sustains one of the planet's greatest animal concentrations. The name Serengeti derives from Maasai language meaning the place where the land runs on forever, an appropriate description for the vast, seemingly endless plains. The park encompasses diverse habitats, including short grass plains, woodland savanna, acacia grasslands, and riverine forests. The Serengeti's geological substrate includes ancient volcanic rock dating to the Precambrian era, with ongoing volcanic activity in the nearby Ngorongoro crater and Olduvai Gorge representing areas of significant paleontological importance. Maasai pastoralist peoples have inhabited the Serengeti region for centuries, developing cattle herding practices adapted to the savanna's seasonal patterns. The Maasai culture intertwines intimately with the Serengeti landscape, representing a human presence spanning countless generations. Archaeological evidence from Olduvai Gorge indicates human presence dating back millions of years. The region represents one of Africa's and the world's most important paleontological sites, yielding fossils proving human evolutionary history. Homo habilis remains discovered here represent some of Earth's oldest known human ancestors. Colonial period European exploration arrived in the late 1800s, with trophy hunting and wildlife exploitation intensifying. German and later British colonial administration established early protected areas. Tanzania achieved independence in 1961, with the Serengeti National Park formally established in 1951. The park expanded multiple times to accommodate wildlife migration patterns. UNESCO designated the Serengeti as a World Heritage Site in 1981, recognizing its outstanding universal value for wildlife, ecosystem functions, and paleontological significance. Today, the park represents the most famous and iconic African wildlife destination, attracting hundreds of thousands of visitors annually. Approximately 1.5 million wildebeest, accompanied by hundreds of thousands of zebras and other herbivores, undertake an annual migration cycle spanning 1,800 miles following seasonal rains and grass availability. This movement represents one of Earth's greatest animal spectacles. From December-May, animals graze on the short grass plains of the southern Serengeti. As the dry season progresses and grass depletes, the massive herds move northward in June and July. The Mara River crossing in July-August produces the most dramatic scenes, with millions of animals fording the river simultaneously, risking attacks from crocodiles and lions. By November, animals have completed the migration circuit and returned to the southern plains. This cyclical movement has occurred for millennia, representing one of nature's most organized and predictable phenomena. The Serengeti's wildlife abundance astonishes first-time visitors, Elephant herds appear with regularity. Lions rest in the shade during daytime heat. Giraffes browse from acacia trees, their extreme height making them simultaneously impressive and impossibly graceful. Zebras gather in herds, their stripes creating optical patterns from distance. Cheetahs hunt across open plains, their speed visible to observers in vehicles. Warthogs, hyenas, buffalo, antelope species in bewildering diversity, and countless bird species create an ecosystem so rich that guide interpretation becomes necessary for comprehension. The best wildlife viewing depends partly on season, with migrations creating different experiences throughout the year. December-February provides excellent wildlife concentration in the southern plains. June-July offers northern savanna viewing, and the Serengeti-Mara ecosystems interconnected migrations. August-October features Mara River crossings in Masai Mara with dramatic predator-prey interactions. November showcases dispersing migrations. Most visitors spend 3-4 days, allowing multiple game drives from various lodge locations. The Serengeti epitomizes functioning wildlife ecosystems on a scale increasingly rare on our planet. Witnessing the predator-prey relationships, understanding the intricate ecological interdependencies, and observing animal behavior in natural context all combine to communicate something profound about how Earth's biosphere functions. The Great Migration particularly demonstrates nature's organizational capacity and the imperative for evolutionary adaptations, animals responding to seasonal patterns developed across millennia. The Serengeti's survival depends on protecting migration corridors and resisting development pressures. Visiting supports conservation economics and wildlife protection efforts. Experiencing the Serengeti firsthand should inspire commitment to protecting wildlife and ecosystems in an era of unprecedented biodiversity loss. The ecosystem teaches lessons about balance, interdependence, and the necessity of understanding systems' complexity before intervening. Throughout our journey across these 10 natural wonders, we've witnessed something profound. We've descended beneath turquoise waters to witness coral ecosystems more complex than cities. We've stood in canyons carved by deep time, feeling our own significance diminished by geological grandeur. We've walked across salt flats beneath equatorial skies where earth and heaven seem indistinguishable. We've observed species found nowhere else, understanding evolution's creative potential. We've paddled through limestone forests and descended beneath thunder-roaring waters. We've watched stone pillars pierce clouds and danced beneath aurora borealis. We've penetrated rainforests, overwhelming abundance, and observed migration's organized majesty. Each wonder shares something essential. They all represent places where natural processes operate with minimal human interference, where you encounter Earth's power and creativity relatively unmediated. They humble us. They remind us that our civilizations, for all their technological sophistication, remain entirely dependent on planetary systems we barely understand and often damage through thoughtless action. Now here's my final question for you. Which of these 10 natural wonders called to your heart the most? Where would you go first if you could leave tomorrow? Drop your answers in the comments below. I read every single one, and I love hearing about your travel dreams and experiences. If you enjoyed this journey today, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss our next adventure together. Share this video with fellow travelers and wanderers who need a little inspiration. And most importantly, get out there and experience the world for yourself.